Welcome to Bridge the Atlantic. We are your hosts, Ross Barber
and Marcio Novelli.
And today we have Dion Roy, who's a singer-songwriter and frontman of Fire and the Romance. How are you, Dion?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Well,
yeah, we're good. We're good.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, good to have you. Well, first of all, what we always like to do is find out 3 things about you that everyone should know. And I've got a feeling I know one of them already, but I'm interested to see what you've come up with.
All right. Well, 3 things you should probably know. I'm a white guy named Dion, so I'm male. First of all, I'm male.
Wait, hold on. Okay.
We've got the wrong guy.
All right, whatever you say, man.
So that's the first thing you should all know about me. I'm a dude. I'm from South Africa, and I like tacos. Those are 3 important things. Yeah,
that's pretty.
I'm an African American.
How?
Well, technically, you are.
I am like 4 generations.
That's amazing. When did you move to America?
I was about 10, so that's why I sound like I'm from New Jersey, and I'm going to try and cover that up as much as possible. But if I say water or coffee, it might come out, and I'm like, God, where's my international cred? It's gone. But yeah,
was that 3 or was that 2 things? How many things?
I said tacos.
Oh yes, okay. So that's the 3rd one.
Tacos is the big one. Tacos is probably the number 1 thing you need to know about Dion.
Ross, do you say tacos?
Tacos.
I say tacos.
That's because you're Canadian.
I'm from Toronto, so how do you say it? How do you say it, Dion?
Well, you have to. I'm going to say it again later because I feel like if I say it now, it's just going to sound like Tuku.
Because you're trying.
Because I'm trying.
Okay. We'll return to this hot topic in just a moment.
Yeah, no, everyone's on the edge of their seat. They can't wait.
So Dion, you started out as a solo singer-songwriter, releasing music under your own name. And how long ago was that?
Well, I actually started out as a bass player. And
really?
Yeah. So bass was my first instrument, and I kind of did that in a bunch of terrible bands for a while, and then got tired of a bunch of terrible lead singers, I guess is what happened, and then just picked up the guitar and started really going for it. I guess 4 or 5 years ago.
Lead singers are the worst, by the way.
I know. I've grown into one. I'm a monster. But yeah, no. So yeah, I guess that was about 5 years ago, and now I'm doing the whole band thing. About a year and a half ago, decided to put down my acoustic and pick up an electric.
Yeah, that's Fire and the Romance, and that's a band you started just a year and a half ago.
I started writing for it. Yeah, about November of 2012. Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah,
but you had a pretty big YouTube hit with under Dion Roy.
Yeah,
with, the daughter song. You had over 250,000 views.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I put the song out, and it was it's obviously a special song to me. Mm-hmm. But
what's it about?
It's about my son. I named him Daughter.
I like you.
But no, I put it up, and it was up for about 6 months, and I didn't even look at it. And then I was looking at my TuneCore statements, and it was like, oh, whoa, I'm selling more of that song than anything else. And then I just happened to look at the YouTube, and it went from 4,000 to 60,000 within 3 weeks. I don't know, got picked up somewhere, and then now it's just every day it's going up more and more. Awesome. So just last week hit 250,000, which I feel pretty awesome about.
Yeah, congrats on that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad people connect with it. It's a special song to me. So
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, so
I have a son myself, but you know what, man, it applies to a child.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. At the end of the day, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You toured Europe with Tyler Hilton.
I did. Yeah.
Was that as a solo? Was that under Dion Roy?
Yeah, it was under Dion Roy. Yep, and it was on that tour that I really got the idea for this band. Actually, it was in Germany. We were playing in Berlin somewhere, and I was just like, I like bands. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, you get into these routines of things, and like all of a sudden, like I was just like, I made this sound on a synth, and I was like, I'm playing acoustic and solo every night, and I loved it. It's just, you know, it's art, you know, you want to do something new. And just for me, it was just like, click, like I want to go big, you know, I want to go back on bass. I want to write on bass. I want to write on keys. I want to write from melody, you know, rather than, you know, sitting with an acoustic and then building from there. And I still do that, you know, I'm still writing material that way, but, this was like my next extension of art for me. And, you know, Ross has been privy to that, and as I figured it all out over the past year and a half, but we're in a good place now.
Well, it's been cool to kind of be involved, like, in a brand new project, like right from the start, to kind of see it grow and how things have changed, and then also seeing people liking what you do as well. It's cool to sort of been kind of on the outside but also involved.
Yeah.
You know, not to the same, obviously I'm not as involved as you, being, you know, the musician, but you know, I can see it all happening, and it's really cool to watch it.
Well, you know what you say, like, it's like you're not as involved, but like as time has gone on, I've like realized the importance, especially now, of everything, of like the images, the photos, the videos, and like the whole multimedia side of it is just so important. And I really like it. I like all of the like imagery that like we've been coming up with, and I feel like that's just as much a part of it as the music. You know, obviously music is the lion's share, you know, but rather than saying it was 90%, I'd say it's like 50 for now, you know, for me now, because I kind of got lost in all of the like artwork and image and doing, you know, I've put out 2 songs, and I've had 3 videos out for Fire and the Romance. Well, by the time this airs, probably 3 videos. And like, that's my favorite part now, is creating all the content around it, all the like, I don't know. So,
that's something I can relate to, man. It's the whole experience, like making music videos and everything. You can either look at it as a commercial, you can look at it as another art form, you know, and that's how I kind of land. I've seen it was She's a Devil. Yeah, I love that music video. It's great. Really to me, that's a piece of artwork. That's not just a commercial.
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
Well, yeah, absolutely, man. And I think I can tell that you approach things like that, you know, and I think that's the way it should be, because when you're an artist, I mean, you can express yourself through more than just one art form. Right? Yeah, that's the difference of maybe just being a musician and being a musician who's also an artist.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much I loved all of it until I kind of got into it. And the bass player in the band, Peter, he does video for a living, and so we just kind of really got into it. And like now we're like, I'm buying. I just went on some random like eBay thing and saw these awesome like biker goggles, like vintage biker goggles, and I'm like, $4 buying it, going in the next video. I don't know how, but like, so like, I'm just starting to see stuff like that, and I'm just like, that's definitely going in. So I have like a drawer of like stuff that's I don't know. So
you're starting to think like a director almost too, eh? Which is, I always liken music to film too. Like I've always talked about putting out an EP to me is like putting out a short film, putting out an album is like putting out a full length film, because there's kind of similarities in how you approach it, like from production standpoint, from a director standpoint. It's like very similar. You start getting these images in your mind, and being able to tie those together, I think the marriage is just so wonderful.
Yeah, and I think all like real music fans came from, or at least I did. Like I was watching like, you know, music videos that meant so much to me when they were coming out. We have Vivo now and all that.
You mean when MTV played music videos?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
back when we were kids.
Yeah, but it was just like they took, you know, they really were serious about it, and like it was a piece of it, and it's. I mean, I guess it is this similar today, it just feels so much more disposable or something.
Yeah, well, so you can take the approach of outdoing the last person in the stupidest video, or you can just make art.
Yeah.
I think, back when MTV was more about music than it is now, like the videos it was part of the whole package. And I think that's something that some artists still do that, but I think in general that's missing.
Yeah.
Now I think a lot of artists aren't really putting much thought into their videos, and it's just there's a missed opportunity. Or they're leaving it to
somebody else. Yeah, or they're leaving the direction to somebody else. Whereas, like, I think it's great to like take my personality and put it into the video, or my vision to put it into the video. And I'm not like a director or videographer, but hey, I got ideas, you know, and and it's relevant. So,
you know what, Dave Grohl, I'm sure you're familiar with the documentary he just did recently. I forget what it's called. It's on the recording studio in LA.
Yeah, well, a couple years ago.
Was it Radio Studio? No, I can't. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. Not the new one. He has a new one. But I remember I watched an interview with him, and he talked about how he's not a director. He doesn't know anything about film, but he has the attitude of, why not? I'll try it. And he went and he approached it, you know, not having any education behind him or any formal training, and he is getting, you know, so much recognition for his work in it, right? So I think when you just come from like an artistic standpoint and you're just looking for outlets to express yourself, and not thinking your mind, and not limiting yourself, right? And just saying, what the hell? People might not like it. Some people might like it. Do I like it? That's all that matters. Yeah.
I mean, that's also something that was important to me. That, you know, when I switched over to the band, I almost stopped. I wouldn't say I stopped having fun, but it's certainly like, this is way more fun. I'm having way more fun and enjoying myself, like, for me, you know, than I was, you know, doing the solo stuff.
Can you tell us about the New Fire and Romance EP called Adaptations?
Okay. So, you know, like I said earlier, but, you know, I've been working on it for a year and a half, and it started out as an EP, and it's going to be an LP when it comes out. So it went to 10 tracks, and
nice.
Yeah, I just kept on. I was like, well, this came to me. Can we just work on this for a day? You know, and I wound up flying back and forth from LA to New York, like probably 10 times within a year. I just was like, yeah, I'll just do one more. My credit card can take it. It'll be fine. Who needs to?
What are credit cards for?
For my music career.
That's right.
So I kind of like, I just had a blast with it. So it wound up being 10 songs, and I think, you know, Ross heard a couple of them, like when they were demos, and built and built. Yeah. I feel like it's a good time that we bring up the serious issue of Demo-itis then, Ross.
What's that?
And I'm sure Demo-itis.
What's Demo-itis?
Demo-itis is when you make the demo and it's like maybe a terrible take, but you get used to it, and then you wind up then you re-record it, and you're like, I like it off key and wrong
because you've heard it 100 times.
It's a serious issue, and it causes a lot of problems. And I'm guilty of it. I'm like, oh, man, but it just doesn't sound the same. And it's like, it sounds, you know, you spend like a week away from it, and you're like, that's terrible. But
so what was it like reinventing yourself, going from a solo artist to now being a part of a band?
Definitely learning a lot of. It's so much fun to play with a band, you know, like, and I just did the first tour a month or two ago. We just took the songs on the road. And I just forgot, like, you know, touring solo is pretty easy. Like, it's like, do I have underwear, a toothbrush, and my guitar? Cool. And my passport, it'll work out. It's all good. But, you know, moving to a band dynamic, it's like, you know, you're talking 3 or 4 people's calendars and schedules, and, you know, and everybody, you know, wants to make it happen, but it's like, it's a totally different dynamic in so many ways, you know, like logistically and live, and, you know, just getting everything together. And it's a lot more work in some ways, but it's also a lot more rewarding in a lot of ways. So that was different for me.
You know, how did you transition your fan base, people who followed your solo career, to now follow Fire and the Romance?
A relentless amount of tweets like Dion Roy is Fire and the Music. Fire and the Romance is too long. Damn it, Twitter.
Oh, and this is
that helps
that Dion and I had to try and figure out a good name, and Fat Romance was one of the ones that we were trying to find. And I
like it.
Story.
I remember Dion was Googling, and I think he accidentally went on Google Images when he searched for Fat Romance, and that's something that I don't think.
Yeah. We'll just leave that to our viewers and listeners too.
They can search for that themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're coming along. It's definitely a challenge, though. It was, and it still remains a challenge, because there's people like, when are you going to tour again? It's like, I've played New York like 7 times.
Yeah,
and the one thing that worked, though, is now when I'm touring, or if I have dates coming up, I announce it on Dion Roy and I announce it on Fire and the Romance.
Which is probably irritating for you, though. Still the amount of work.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just. Yeah, it is. It's irritating.
I can relate, because as a solo artist, I used to use a pseudonym like a few years back and built up a following on there, and then decided to drop that name, just go by my own name.
Yeah.
And it was very, very extremely difficult. It took like over a year to get some of the people over there. And I still do, still to this day, actually, a few people, I used to love your music or whatever, whatever you said. I'm like, I still make music. I have never stopped making music. It's very difficult. It's very difficult because people get tied to a name.
Yeah, no,
and it's still you. It's still your music.
And they're not involved. They're not involved every day like you are. So they may go maybe 3 or 4 months and not think about you or not listen to you, and then they think, oh, hey, I remember that guy, and then they go and look for you, and then if you're under a different name, then they can't find you. So it's difficult, because you kind of have to keep reiterating that you've changed the name, but then you don't want to do it to the point where you piss off all the people that do follow everything you do every day. So it's finding the balance.
Well, for you, it's only been like just a year and a half. So I can you're probably gonna still have to do that for another year and a half. But I think there'll come a time like I did. I just said fuck it. I just said I'm not doing this anymore. You know what? If you haven't figured it now after like 4 or 5 years, too bad. Because honestly, man, like you
it's probably don't miss me that much.
Yeah, you obviously don't miss me that much. Exactly.
And I probably will tire of it soon, and I'll probably do a couple more like Fire and the Music is at Dion Roy. Yeah. Like probably 3 times a day for a week. Yeah. And then I'll be done. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just
fuck you, motherfuckers. I'll cut that part out.
I know.
Actually, I want to ask you: are you you spent so much time as a singer-songwriter? Is that still like your primary role in Fire and the Romance? Are you still like the main singer-songwriter? Or the main songwriter of the band? Yeah,
I mean, I'm definitely, I'm definitely in a leadership role, and like we talked about earlier, it's beyond the, just the songwriting, it's the whole image that and video and on all these aesthetics, around it, which I'm kind of taking on.
Right. But do you write all the songs yourself?
I have some that are co-written in California with guys that I toured with, and it's a collective of like different guys that, even guys I'm fans of, No,
that's awesome. And it almost like, obviously you could do that under any project name, but it almost leaves it more open because but on the Fire and the Romance, so do you bring your songs or any song that you may co-write to the band and then they put their flavor on it, or how does that work? What's the process like?
Well, before I even had a set band, I finished this record. So
okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I understand. So do you have any cool touring experiences?
Cool touring experiences.
You met me on tour, so that's cool.
Yeah. I talked about Head Automatica with Ross Barber in Scotland. That was cool because I didn't know anybody was a fan of that band anymore, and it was like I saw his email address or his AIM. Right? Was it your AOL?
I think it was my personal Twitter that I used to have, Ross Automatica.
Okay. but you know, there's so many. I've seen so many cities in the U.S. and I've seen a lot of cities that, like, you know, over in Europe now and Canada, and you know, I've just seen. There's some great ones and there's some less than great ones, but you know, I saw Vancouver's amazing.
You know, I've never been to Vancouver, and I mean to go there, and I've just heard such amazing things.
Yeah,
they call it like the LA of Canada.
Really?
Yeah, just the kind of vibe, and a lot of vegetarians, vegans out there. Oh, okay. And a lot of hippies.
Yeah, that's funny. I just thought it was so picturesque that I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. But I took a day while I was in Vancouver, and I did this thing called the Grouse Grind. And I don't know if it's GROUSE grind. And basically you spend an hour and a half just climbing this mountain just outside of Vancouver. And it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Like, yeah. So my sister's actually leaving for Seattle next week. And I was like, you have to go to Vancouver and you have to go look at things. And I'm not like a naturey hippie kind of guy, you know, like I'm a super tech nerd, you know, all that. But like, I was like, that was amazing.
Have you ever been to Toronto?
Yeah. Yeah. And my wife's from Halifax, by the way.
Oh, cool. I was just in Halifax last year for the first time. Very cool city, isn't it? Very small, unique city.
I like it because it's like, it's not so big that you can't kind of wrap your head around it.
No, it's really small. Like downtown's very small. I'm used to Toronto. That's huge, right?
Yeah. But I kind of like that size city now. You know, I was just there like a month or two ago, and I'm like I feel like I can find a few spots, and not that much is going to change. You know, I can kind of keep my tabs on a couple things. You know, like being in New York was, you know, obviously 1 month to the next is like a whole different story in a lot of those neighborhoods. It changes so fast.
So what brought on the idea to collaborate with other musicians, and what's that been like? Is that something new to you?
You know, it's not something, I wouldn't say something new, because I was, you know, like I was a bass player in other bands, and it would be a different type of collaboration. And I had an idea of what sound I was going to go for with Fire in the Romance, but I just didn't. I wanted to explore. I wanted, like, being a solo singer-songwriter, I literally wanted to do the band thing. I didn't have a band together. It was just, I wanted to be in a band. And so I was like, you know what, that's fine. What the hell does it mean to be in a band anymore anyway? You know, even like some of the bands you're listening to, they're in 5 different bands at a time. And it's all like musicians in and out, and like I guess I love that like bohemian way of doing things almost. And
Foo Fighters is Dave Grohl's project, and he brings musicians in, not taken away from those musicians.
Yeah,
it's all, not at all. They give an amazing, it makes the live performance, and I'm sure you know, the band gets to do their thing in the live performance, but the album is all Dave Grohl. I mean, now the musicians play on it, but he's a songwriter behind it. You know what I mean? Same with Coldplay. What's his name?
Chris Martin.
Chris Martin. Same idea with him, right? Although with Coldplay, I know they bring the songs over and the band kind of adds their touch to it. But
and they're I think their producer writes a bit with them too.
Do they really? I didn't know that. Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I might have totally made that up, but if I'm right, like
we can make we can do that on the show.
Can we do like choose your own ending, like choose your own adventure video? Let's go on a tangent about Coldplay writing with a producer for an hour.
That would be amazing, eh? Would you like to see more of them talking about Coldplay?
I know. Would you like to see me talk about Dave Grohl, Britney Spears?
I like that. I really like that.
So that was a great experience. Back to the bank. Sorry. What do you want? What do you want me to answer? I'm used to like.
Do you really want to know the meaning of life? Please.
The meaning of life.
Go on.
It's mostly a bunch of sparkles.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce tacos?
Taco.
Yeah, taco. Thank you.
So, okay, I think we've decided that I say it weird.
No, it's all relative, right? Accents are all relative. So, are you ready for 20 questions?
Yeah, okay. Hold on. Let me just do my like Rocky thing. All right, I'm good.
What was that?
That's just like me. Like, you should see me backstage before I go, before I play. It's like a series of.
Well, I remember you were dressing up. You were wearing that Krispy Kreme hat and these glasses, and you were like doing impressions of people.
But I got pranked. Nobody else wore anything at that show.
Yeah, that was the deal. Everyone else was supposed to dress up, right, and Tyler didn't dress up, but Dion did.
Yeah,
Tyler dressed up the year after when he was here in Glasgow last Halloween. He came on with a mask, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" And like he was just wearing this really creepy mask, and then took off. That's the story. So he did do it, but it was like a year. It was a year later.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of got yeah. We'll get to that. I'll have my revenge. I will have my revenge. Be like,
we could talk about it the next time you're on the show.
It's totally an underwear party. You just go in your underwear. It's that kind of show. No, it's cool.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Meat or veggies?
Fake meat.
Are you vegetarian?
No, but I kind of like fake meat.
So do I.
CD or vinyl?
Vinyl.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Tequila or tacos?
Tacos.
Twitter or Facebook?
Twitter.
Melody or rhythm?
Melody.
New York or New Jersey?
What was that? Pass.
Was it that bad?
Newark. Yeah, like New York.
It was pretty bad.
It's like where the hell's New York? I don't know either one of those places.
Indie or major?
Indie.
I'm flicking my face because it might be the same color as the wall behind me right now. Rain or shine?
Shine.
Fire or romance?
Fire.
I thought to be bigger than I thought that was gonna be like a big one.
I don't know. I felt like I was being led into something, so I just went full force. That's what I usually do. It's like, is there danger coming up? Yes. Let me just run in head first. I thought there was gonna be a follow up to that, and there wasn't. And the romance.
Yoga or yogurt?
Yogurt.
Alicia Keys or Marilyn Manson?
Marilyn Manson, and he is in what did I just watch? Sons of Anarchy. I just watched it.
I heard about the new season, right?
Yeah, I was just watching it before this call, and I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done, it was an hour and a half. I'm gonna go watch Sons of Anarchy.
I haven't even watched Sons of Anarchy yet, but I heard such amazing things about it. I need to get into it.
It's no Breaking Bad, but it is totally entertaining.
Speaking of Breaking Bad, do you prefer Breaking Bad or House of Cards?
Oh, Breaking Bad or House of Cards. Damn it, I can't answer it. They're like Kevin Spacey can just
or Bryan Cranston. Tough, man.
I think I like Kevin Spacey better than Bryan Cranston, but I think I like Breaking Bad. I think I like Breaking Bad better than House of Cards. And I love them both, but Kevin Spacey's just like, holy shit. Like
Michael Jackson or Michael Bolton?
Michael Jackson. Or Michael Bolton, like my friends say.
Jackie Collins or Danielle Steele?
I think Danielle Steele, because I reference her and I've used it in jokes before. So
Ricky Gervais or Ricky Martin?
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. Whale or Kale?
Whale or Kale? Like Kyle? Like Cool Kyle?
No, Kale, like the
Kale, food. Like South Park Kyle?
Like no, Kale, like the
okay, I'll go with Kale.
Bette Midler or the Riddler?
Hold on, let me form an opinion in 2 seconds on something. The Riddler, for sure.
And finally, Ross, drum roll. That's apparently my drum roll is a trumpet. Ross or Marcio?
Ross or Marcio. I'm gonna have to go with.
That sounded like Ross to me.
Yeah,
that sounded Ross.
No, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was what it was, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's.
Yeah. Taco. Yeah.
So what are you listening to nowadays, man? What sort of music recommendations do you have for our listeners and viewers?
What have I been getting into? I just caught a band in New York called the Runaway Saints, and they were produced by the same guy who did Fire and the Romance stuff, but I love it. It's really cool. It's like Nashville-y, but like rock and rollier or something. Runaway Saints. So that I've been into them. I really like this band from New Jersey called Brick and Mortar. They're super cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Brick and Mortar.
Brick and Mortar. It's a Jewish. I'm Jewish. I'm Jewish.
Brick and Mortar.
What am I? Brick and Mortar?
What's a Mortar? So where can people find you online, buddy?
Fireandtheromance.com, twitter.com/fireandthemusic.
Okay.
Fire and the Music. Not Dion Roy.
Why didn't you just use Fire and the Romance? I brought that full circle.
Yeah, no, I did. I saw it. It hurt. It hurt more the second time than the first.
She said. Oh,
it always does.
No, she didn't say that. What was I don't even know what we were talking about. I feel like this is which is awesome. I'm having a blast. This is super fun. But it's like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah. Yes, it kind of is.
And you should do that's what you should do, like something like that. Even like a minute of solid just like riffing. That's super fun.
Dion is like producing our show. You're our show producer.
Creative director.
Unfortunately, we can't give you any of our millions of dollars in royalties.
Yeah,
we don't have any.
I'm already making millions of dollars from music.
Obviously, man. That's why you're flying back from LA to New York.
Yeah, it's just Spotify pays so much money. I just don't know what to do with it all.
The 0.000 cents that they give you, It really adds up to about 0.3 cents.
Yeah. It's priceless. It's priceless.
Literally priceless.
Music is priceless by Spotify. It's their new slogan. That's why we don't pay it.
And on that note, man, this has been absolutely wonderful. It's been so great having you on the show. We'd love to have you come back.
For sure.
Maybe after you've gone back on tour and you mess with somebody else on tour and you get them to go on stage in their underwear, then you could tell us about it.
I'm going to do it. I'll report back.
Definitely. We want pictures, videos,
Ross wants pictures.
I think that's called porn at that point.
Sorry, I'm not familiar.
Taco? Yeah. Yeah.
Our viewership has either gone down or up really high.
Oh, super high.
One or the other.
Like your ratings are like awesome right now.
And on that wonderful note,
thank you so much, dude. Awesome talking to you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure meeting you. And
good luck with the show.
Awesome, man. Hey, come back really soon, okay?
Yes.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Bridge the Atlantic. If you like what you saw, make sure to like, favorite, and most importantly, subscribe so that you don't miss each week's episode.
Click on the videos above us if you'd like to see more, and please feel free to leave us a comment letting us know what you think of the show.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and subscribe to us on iTunes so that you can listen to us on the go. Thanks again for being awesome, and we'll see you on next week's episode.